Good morning, children. Only few of you have sent the homework. What about other children? Please send your homework regularly. Children, last class I have discussed with you about the alimentary and digestive system and also tabulation of various systems and their parts and the respective functions. All I have discussed with you. Today I am going to take a new topic, that is structure of the alimentary canal. It is a part of the digestive system only. Alimentary canal, which starts from the mouth and ends in the anus. The accessory glands are salivary glands, liver and pancreas. Let's see the structure of alimentary canal one by one. Alimentary canal is a muscular coiled tubular structure. It consists of mouth, buccal cavity, pharynx, esophagus, stomach, small intestine. Small intestine consists of three regions such as duodenum, jejunum and ileum. Large intestine also consists of three parts such as cecum, colon, rectum and anus. Let's start with the mouth. Mouth you know very well. Its mouth leads into the buccal cavity. It is bound by two soft movable upper and lower lips. Buccal cavity is a large space bound above the palate which separates the windpipe and food pipe. Below by the throat and on the sides by the jaws. The jaws bear teeth. Okay. About mouth. So mouth leads to the buccal cavity. Mouth is bound by the two soft movable upper and lower jaws. And the buccal cavity, what is buccal cavity? It is a large space bound above the palate, in the above palate and below throat and on the sides by the jaws. The jaws bear teeth. Teeth are hard substance structure meant for holding, cutting, grinding and crushing the food. In human being, two sets of teeth, that is called typodont, are developed in their lifetime. The first appearing set of 20 teeth called temporary or milk teeth are replaced by the second set of 32 permanent teeth, 16 in each jaw. Each tooth has a root fitted in the gum and this is called thecodont, and permanent teeth are of four types heterodont according to their structure and functions, namely incisors, canines, premolars and molars. Okay, right. So, about teeth, you know very well, teeth are the hard structure which are meant for holding, cutting, grinding and crushing food. In human, there are two sets of teeth in their lifetime and this condition is called typodont. What are the two sets of teeth? One is milk teeth, another one is temporary teeth. The first appearing 20 teeth are called milk or temporary teeth. These milk or temporary teeth are replaced by a second set of teeth which are 32 in number and bears 16 in each jaw. And also each teeth are embedded or fitting in a saccade-like structure that is called thecodont. And the permanent teeth are of four types based on their structure and function, namely incisors, canines, premolars and molars, and this condition is called heterodont. So the teeth of or dentition of the human is typodont, thecodont and heterodont. See types of teeth and their function. It's tabulated here, children. Incisors, the number of teeth of incisors are 8. 4 in the lower jaw and 4 in the lower jaws and 4 in the upper jaws. And the function of the incisors is cutting and biting. Canines, it has only 4 in number. Its function is tearing and piercing. Then premolars, it is 18 number, crushing and grinding is the function. Molars are 12 in numbers, its functions are crushing, grinding and mastication. So these are the various functions of different types of teeth. Okay, children. Okay. Then next, dental formula represent the number of different type of teeth present in each half of a jaw. The type of teeth are denoted as incisors, canine, premolars and molars. The dental formula is presented as here. For milk teeth in each half of the upper and lower jaw, 2, 1, 2 divided by 2, 1, 2. That is 2, 1, 2 in the upper jaw, 2, 1, 2 in the lower jaw. So in each half of the jaw, in each half of the upper and lower jaw, bears 2, 1, 2 divided by 2, 1, 2. That is, in the upper half of the jaw, it possesses 2, 1, 2, that is 5. And another one half 5. So totally one half 5, another one half 5, totally 10 in the upper jaw. Same way, the below 2, 1, 2 is in the lower half of the jaw, 2, 1, 2, and another half of the jaw is 2, 1, 2, totally 10. So 10 into 2 equal to 20. For permanent teeth in each half of upper and lower jaw, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3 in each half. So 16 into 2 equal to 32. Next one is salivary glands. So mouth and teeth we have completed. I am going to take now salivary glands. 3 pairs of salivary glands are present in the mouth cavity. They are parotid, sublingual, and submaxillary or submandibular. So these are the 3 pairs of salivary glands which we have in our mouth. Okay. Let's see about parotid. Parotid are the largest salivary gland which lie in the cheeks in front of the ears. Okay. So which is the largest salivary gland in human? Parotid. Where it is located? Which are located in the cheeks in front of the ears. Next one is sublingual, or smallest glands and lie beneath the tongue. Submaxillary or submandibular gland lie at the angle of the lower jaw. So the largest salivary gland is parotid and the smallest salivary gland is sublingual. And next one is the salivary gland secrete a viscous fluid called saliva, approximately 1.5 liters per day. It digests such starch by the action of the enzyme ptyalin, that is amylase, in the saliva, which converts starch polysaccharide into maltose, that is disaccharide. Saliva also contain an antibacterial enzyme called lysozyme. So salivary gland secrete a viscous fluid. This viscous fluid is called saliva. What is the daily secretion of saliva? 1.5 liters per day. It the saliva consists of an enzyme called ptyalin. This ptyalin digests the starch into maltose. Starch is a polysaccharide and maltose is a disaccharide. Saliva also contain an antibacterial enzyme called lysozyme, which digests the bacterial cell wall. Next, tongue. A tongue is a muscular sensory organ help in mixing the food with the saliva. The taste buds on the tongue help to recognize the taste of the food. The masticated food in the buccal cavity becomes a bolus, which is rolled by the tongue and passed through pharynx into the esophagus by swallowing. During swallowing, the epiglottis closes and prevents the food from entering into the trachea. So listen children, so the tongue is a muscular sensory organ where what is its function? Helps in the mixing of food with the saliva. Then the taste buds on the tongue help to recognize the taste of food. The taste buds on the tongue help to recognize the taste of the food. The masticated food in the buccal cavity becomes a bolus, which is rolled by the tongue and passed through pharynx into the esophagus by swallowing. During swallowing, children, the epiglottis, there is a general pathway called pharynx for respiratory and digestive tract. So when we swallow the food, there is a chance of the food to enter into the trachea. So to prevent that, the trachea is closed by a flap-like structure called epiglottis. It prevents the entry of food into the esophagus and allow the bolus to pass into the esophagus. And next one is pharynx. The pharynx is a membrane-lined cavity behind the nose and mouth, connecting them to the esophagus. It serves as a pathway for the movement of food from mouth to esophagus. Okay. It is a membranous lined cavity behind the nose and mouth. Which is the membranous cavity? Pharynx. Pharynx is a membranous cavity which is behind the nose as well as mouth, connecting them to the esophagus. It serves as a pathway for the movement of food from mouth to esophagus. Next, esophagus. Esophagus or the food pipe is a muscular membranous canal found about 22 centimeter in length. Conduct food from pharynx to the stomach by peristalsis. What is meant by peristalsis? It is a wave-like movement. The internal membrane of esophagus contract and relax and push the food material into the stomach, and produced by the rhythmic contraction relaxation of the muscular wall of the alimentary canal. So about esophagus or the food pipe is a muscular membranous canal. Its length is 22 centimeter in length. Its function is conduct food from pharynx to the stomach by its peristaltic movement. What is peristaltic movement? The rhythmic contraction and relaxation of muscular wall of the esophagus, called peristaltic waves. Next, stomach. The stomach is a wide J-shaped muscular organ located between esophagus and small intestine. So the stomach, usually children, actually about stomach if I speak, stomach is a J-shaped muscular organ, as it of course it is lies between the esophagus and small intestine. So inside the stomach it is lined with gastric glands. Gastric means what? Stomach. The terminological word of gastro means what? Stomach. Okay. So inside the stomach there is a glands called gastric glands. You know very well, gland means what? Secrete something. So in that way gastric glands secrete something, isn't it? What it secrete? It secrete gastric juice. What does the gastric juice consist of? The gastric juice consists of some enzymes and HCl. What is the function of enzyme? The enzyme help in the digestion of protein, and HCl help in the killing of some pathogens which enter along with the food material. These what the things taken place in the stomach for food. Okay, so the stomach is a wide, come for the text children, is a wide J-shaped muscular organ located between the esophagus and small intestine. Gastric glands present in the inner wall of the stomach secrete gastric juice. Gastric juice is a colorless, highly acidic acid containing mucus, hydrochloric acid, enzyme renin in infants, and pepsin. Okay, in the infant stomach, the gastric glands secrete an enzyme called renin. But in adult it secrete a pepsin. Renin, why infants has renin? Renin is an enzyme to digest the milk. You know, the infants are feed with the milk more. So there should be a more enzyme for milk protein digestion. That's what infant gastric juice consists of, renin. Then inactive pepsinogen. So this pepsin, you know children, when it's secreted by the gastric glands, it is in the form of inactivated condition. And the inactivated condition of the pepsin is called pepsinogen. It is converted into pepsin which act on the proteins in the ingested food. Next, hydrochloric acid kills the bacteria swallowed along with food and makes the medium acidic, while the mucus protect the wall of the stomach. So the action of the gastric juice and churning of food in the stomach convert the bolus into semi-digested food called chyme. The chyme moves to the intestine slowly through the pylorus. Okay. I said already, the gastric juice consists of an enzyme. This enzyme helps in the digestion of protein. Hydrochloric acid kills the substance which come along with the food material, and the action of gastric juice churning the food well and converted into a milky substance called chyme. The chyme now moved into the intestine through the pylorus. Renin and renin differentiation is given here. Renin causes curdling of milk protein, casein, and increase digestion of protein. Renin convert angiotensinogen to angiotensin and regulate the absorption of water and sodium from glomerular filtrate. This has taken place in the excretion. Next, coming for small intestine. The small intestine is the longest part of the alimentary canal, noted children, which is a long coiled tube measuring about 5 to 7 meter. It comprises three parts: duodenum, jejunum, and ileum. Duodenum is a sheath-shaped and receive the bile duct from liver. Sorry, children. Okay. Small intestine. The small intestine is the longest part of the alimentary canal, which is a long coiled tube measuring about 5 to 7 meter, comprises in three parts: duodenum, jejunum, and ileum. Let's see about the duodenum. Actually, duodenum continues with the stomach. Okay, it is sheath-shaped and receive a bile duct from the liver and pancreatic duct from the pancreas. And jejunum is the middle part of the small intestine. It's a short region of the small intestine. The secretion of the small intestine is intestinal juice, which contain the enzymes like sucrase, maltase, lactase, and lipase. And next one is ileum. It's form the lower part of the small intestine, open into the large intestine. Ileum is the longest part of the small intestine. It contains a minute finger-like projection called villi, that 1 millimeter in length, where absorption of food takes place. Okay, in the ileum there is a minute finger-like projection. Its length is 1 millimeter. Its function is absorption of digested food. They are approximately 4 million in number. They are approximately 4 million in number of villi are present in the ileum region. Internally, each villus contain a fine blood capillaries and lacteal tubules. The small intestine serves both for digestion and absorption. It receives the bile from the liver and pancreatic juice from the pancreas in the duodenum, and the intestinal glands secrete intestinal juice. So, it is understood that small intestine mixed with three kinds of juice. One is bile juice, pancreatic juice, and intestinal juice. Let's see with the liver. It is the large. So far we have seen about what various parts of the alimentary canal. Still we want to see about the large intestine. Before that we have to see about the liver. It is the largest digestive gland of the body, which is reddish brown in color. It is divided into two main lobes, right and left lobes. The right lobe is larger than the left lobe. On the under surface of the liver, gallbladder is present. The liver cells secrete bile, which is temporarily stored in the gallbladder. So, children, largest gland in our body is liver, and its color is brown, reddish brown in color. It has two lobes, right and left lobes. When compared to right lobes, left lobe is larger, smaller. And the undersurface of the liver, there is a structure called gallbladder. Actually, liver secrete a bile juice, and the secreted bile juice is stored in the gallbladder. Bile is released into the small intestine when food enters in it. It has bile salts, that is sodium glycolate and sodium tauroglycolate, and bile pigments, bilirubin and biliverdin. Bile salts help in the digestion of fat by bringing about their emulsification, that is conversion of large fat droplets into smaller ones. Functions of liver. It's a 4-mark question, children. Liver control blood sugar and amino acid levels. Then liver synthesize fetal red blood cells. Liver produces fibrinogen and prothrombin used for clotting of blood. Destroys red blood cells. Stores iron, copper, vitamin A and D. So these are the various functions, and still 3 more function is there. Produces heparin. It is an anticoagulant, prevent the blood clotting. Excrete toxic and metallic poisons. Then detoxify substances including drugs and alcohol. Actually, liver only prevent all the toxins which enter into our body. If you consume any drug or any alcohol or any other substance, after digestion it enter into the liver first, then only it enter into the circulation to the cells, because liver detoxify the toxic substance which is present in the digested food. Okay, so that's what. Okay, children, today I'll stop with this, and today's homework is functions of liver and various salivary glands, types of salivary glands. These two only you have as a homework. Complete it and send it to me, children. Bye.